lesson. And as usual, when I say Lebanese Arabic, those of you who follow my page, you already know that Lebanese Arabic falls under the same category of the Levantine dialect. Levantine dialect is the dialect spoken in Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine, and Syria. So Lebanese is one of these dialects. So it's it's almost the same, but of course there will be different words, different pronunciations, and different accents. And the Levantine dialect is actually a very commonly spoken and used dialect in the Arab world. So if you're confused about what accent to choose, what dialect to choose, maybe Levantine or even Egyptian Arabic could be one of the two most common ones. Egyptian Arabic can even be more common because of the influence of the cinema and film industry in the 60s. And yeah, yalla, I'm just speaking a little bit until some people sign in. Let me know whoever is here if the voice is good, if the sound is good, and then we can begin. Okay? There's no one yet, so I'm just gonna wait 1 or 2 minutes. So what else can I say? Those of you who will watch this video later on, let me tell you about my 30-day challenge courses. The upcoming 30-day Lebanese Arabic challenge course will begin April 25. Yes, April 25. So that's exactly 30 days. We study every day together on Zoom for a period of 30 days for an hour and a half. And there will be different levels as usual, all the way from absolute beginners to advanced. And I don't always open all the classes. I usually wait for the emails from you guys. And depending on the number of students in class, I end up opening the levels that have enough students because I now have 7 courses, so it's impossible to open 7 courses. Hi, Selena. Yalla, let's begin. So if you need more information, you can get in touch by email. Yalla. Today we're going to talk about just one verb and what we can extract from this verb. The verb is فرط in the past بالماضي, بيفرط بالمضارع in the present. فرط بيفرط. Okay? So what's the meaning of فرط? شو يعني فرط? فرط is something that crumbles down. فرط. Okay? For example, anything really, maybe the cookie, you grab a cookie and it crumbles in your hands, you say فرط الكوكي مثلا. بيفرط بالمضارع. فرط بيفرط. Now, if I use the spoon here, فرط in standard Arabic, فرط doesn't mean to crumble. It means the excess of something. So in the Lebanese dialect, we're using it in a different meaning, or in the Levantine dialect. Okay, fart means an excess of something, or something that is over. يعني for example, if it's for example excess of spending, you can say fart. Okay, so that's in standard Arabic. But in the Lebanese dialect, when I use farat with a fatha, farat, biyufrut, that's a verb and it means to crumble down. So here I gave some examples, okay? So actually, before I give you the examples, I want to give you also the word, the participle, farit. Farit, something that has the state of being crumbled down. So for example, if I say, okay, كنت عم بعمل, I will explain this in a second. So كنت عم بعمل gâteau, I was doing a cake, which means I was baking a cake. We can say عم بعمل gâteau, I was doing a cake. كنت عم بعمل gâteau وفرط, I can put a comma here and I say وفرط or فرط. So I was doing a cake and it crumbled. What does it mean? يعني, you know when you're baking a cake and it's supposed to go like up, 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 but then you open your oven, you notice it didn't go up. It's like, just crumbled down. So that's فرط. So كنت عم بعمل gâteau فرط. Okay? So maybe you came and you saw that cake and you look at me and say like, why is this cake crumbled down like that? In that case, you have to use the participle which acts as an adjective. فارد. So you can say ليش هيك طلع فارد الجاتو. ليش هيك? Why like that? Literally. ليش هيك؟ طلع فارت. Or you can just even say فارت. ليش هيك فارت الجاتو? Why is the cake crumbled down like that? Okay? Now, طلع usually in another context it means he went up or it went up. But when we're using it here, we mean to say it turned out to be. ليش هيك طلع فارت الجاتو? Why did the cake turned out to be like this? Like this يعني crumbled الجاتو. ليه فارت؟ ليه فارت الجاتو? Okay, so you understand the difference between farat in the past and farit in the participle. You have to be careful with the pronunciation, otherwise they might sound the same. Hi Celia. So farat in the past. Farit with a kasra under the ra. Farit. That's the participle we're using as an adjective. Farit. Okay? ليش هيك فارت الجاتو? So I'm seeing the state of the cake. Okay? وفرت الجاتو, I'm just saying it crumbled in the past. Okay? So يلا say out loud with me. I'm gonna say it slowly. كنت عم بعمل جاتو فرت. Or you came and you saw the cake and you say ليش هيك؟ ليش هيك طلع فارت الجاتو؟ ليش هيك طلع فارت الجاتو? Why did the cake end up being, I don't know, فارت? You can say maybe I forgot to put baking powder or whatever. Do you say? Yeah, baking powder. Okay. Now we're gonna use the verb in the, not in the real meaning, in the like metaphorical sense. Okay, so here I said فرطت ضحك. Okay, فرطت ضحك. Like, of course, there's no right and wrong way of writing it. In the Roman alphabet, I could have written ضحك or ضحك. D or D. It's the same like we pronounce it فرطت ضحك or فرطت ضحك. It's the same. Okay? فرطت ضحك. ضحك means laughing. Okay? It's the verbal noun. Laughing. ضحك. فرطت ضحك. Memorize it. It's an expression we use to say I laughed a lot, a lot, a lot. I was laughing a lot. Okay? فرطت ضحك. Okay, maybe you made a joke and you're not seeing me and I'm typing to you and the joke was really funny and I want to let you know what? That was really funny. I laughed a lot. I write to you فرطت ضحك. Okay? Literally you're saying I crumbled laughing. Okay, which means I really laughed a lot. Okay? That was really funny, so I laughed a lot. Okay? فرطت ضحك. Yalla, this is the first expression for today. Say it out loud, write it down and memorize it with me. The second expression for today is فرطت بكي. بكي. شو يعني بكي, guys? يلا, be active with me and write down whatever you know. So far we said فرطت ضحك يعني I crumbled laughing يعني I laughed a lot. Can you tell me شو يعني فرطت بكي? فرطت بكي. شو يعني؟ شو يعني بكي؟ مين بيعرف؟ حدا بيعرف؟ Not too many people here, so I'm gonna say it. So bike means crying. So when you say faratet bike, you're literally saying I crumbled down crying, which means I cried a lot. Faratet bike. يعني not just I cried a lot. In that moment, you know when you suddenly you start crying, like you. Is there an expression in English where you use it? Like, not just I cried, when you start suddenly crying, فرطت بكي. Okay? If there's an expression in English, write it down in the chat box. يلا. So, فرطت ضحك, I laughed a lot. I reacted laughing a lot. فرطت بكي, I cried a lot. Okay? For example, I can say فرطت بكي لما سمعت, when I heard, لما سمعت الخبر, when I heard the news. فرطت بكي لما سمعت الخبر. لما سمعت الخبر with the liaison, لما سمعت الخبر. فرطت بكي لما سمعت الخبر. I cried a lot when I heard the news. Okay? Now, فرط is in the past third person. It crumbled. Okay. فرط المشروع. مشروع بالعربي يعني plan أو project. المشروع the plan. فرط المشروع literally the plan crumbled, which means شو? What can you say? What do you think it means when I say فرط المشروع? It means my friend is here. Hi, Levon. فرط المشروع يعني the plan was cancelled, not just cancelled, it's يعني we can say انلغى المشروع. That would mean it got cancelled. انلغى المشروع. فرط المشروع, it means kind of what's the word? Ugh, my brain is a bit slow today. We were bad at putting it together, like maybe because okay, we were 5 6 people, and then one person said okay, I can't come today, ما فيني اجي اليوم, and then another person said oh, you know what, I have to go to the doctor, and then another person said something, so it crumbled. It wasn't cancelled. We didn't cancel it because something happened. We cancelled it because most people couldn't make it. Okay, so we didn't manage to put it together. فرط المشروع. Okay, so for example, if it's a project that was cancelled because I don't know, you have a plan or a project and there's I don't know, something happened, let's say in Lebanon, and things had to change because of work. You wouldn't say فرط المشروع. You can say انلغى المشروع. فرط المشروع would be more between friends. Okay, so فرط المشروع. Now the next one is not the most interesting thing to know, is فرطت معدة. No, the word on its own is معدة. معدة, stomach. معدة. Now, when I add the a, which means my, I'm not saying معدة. I have to pronounce this t مربوطة whenever I add a possessive ending to it, right? So that's why I'm gonna say فرطت معدة. Okay, but then again, with the Lebanese pronunciation, we end up changing this kasra into a sukun, and it becomes فرطت معدة. Almost like, you know what, you're putting a kasra here. So فرطت معدة. معدة, and the d and the t together, معدة. You're saying معدة. معدة. So فرطت معدة, literally my stomach crumbled, which means I had diarrhea. Okay? Yes, I broke down crying. That's the word. Can you say I broke down laughing or no? Thank you, Nabila. So yeah, فرطت ضحك, that's when you break down laughing, let's say, if it exists. I broke down crying, that's exactly how it translates when it comes to فرطت بكي. And فرطت معدتي, my stomach crumbled, which means like I have diarrhea, or I had diarrhea. Now, what's the difference between? Look, if I write this فرطت and فرطت, you will think, oh, they're the same verb. Okay, these two. Let me just clean my mess so I can explain these two circled verbs. But they're actually not the same. And even just by changing the stress, the place of the stress in the verb, what's happening? The meaning of the verb is changing. So here, look, if it's me, I crumbled, it's فرطت. فرطت. The stress is on the ra. فرطت بك. So it's down, up, down. فرطت بك. Here, it's my stomach that kind of crumbled down. Okay, so I don't say فرطت معدتي. That would be wrong because here that would mean I. Here you're saying فرطت. The stress is on the fa. فرطت معدتي. So the meaning totally changes and it means it crumbled down. She crumbled down. You see the difference? فرطت is she crumbled down or it crumbled down. فرطت, I crumbled down. Okay? So فرطت بك, فرطت معدتي. Okay, so try them out loud. I can't hear you, but try them out loud. Okay, so the stress is always on the first part of the verb when it's the third person feminine. Third person feminine. But the stress is on the second syllable of the word when it's the first person, I. Okay? فهمتوا? Got it? Yalla, who got it? If you understood, write down yes or put a thumb up or something. By the time I clean my mess here, and I'm gonna check if anyone has questions before I move forward. Let me see who has a question. Let me know also if you understood. So, marhaba to everyone. Yeah, weeping could be the one. By the way, guys, Guess with Sally is my cousin. She has now a channel that is for English language learners actually, and she does games there. So if you're interested in that, follow her. Yeah, I broke down crying. That's the one. The plans fell through. That's really nice as a translation, Celia. Perfect. That's a very nice translation. The plans fell through. Okay. Yeah, and breaking out in laughter. Thank you for that. Okay, so break down crying is faratet bike. Breaking out in laughter. People are teaching me English today. So faratet ضحك. And the plans fell through is فرط المشروع. Okay? Now, let's go to the next one, which is frata. Frata is a noun and it means change with your money. Okay? So, for example, if I want to say to someone, do you have change? I can say معك frata. معك frata. If it's a guy, if it's a girl, معك frata. معك or معك literally means with you. That's the literal meaning, but it translates as do you have? Do you have? معك frata? Do you have? Which means, you know why? Because if let's imagine $100, okay, and you break it down into a dollar, dollar, so it's like you're crumbling down the piece of paper. That's why we call it frata. معك frata or معك frata. Do you have change? Now you can also say معك صرافة. Here, there's a spoon. صرافة. صرافة. It also means do you have change, but there is a little difference in the meaning. They can mean exactly the same. You can use them interchangeably. But when I say معك صرافة, I'm saying do you have change as in the verb exchange. صرف بيصرف, to exchange. But frata means to crumble down. So it gives you that impression that you're looking for small change, like maybe coins or a dollar or but صرافة, maybe I'm just asking for like $250 for $100, let's say. Okay? So that's the meaning that I can give you, but it's not like black and white, that's it. No, it's like you can understand frata is more small change. Okay? Because the verb farat biyufrut is to crumble down and saraf biyusruf is to exchange. And also it can mean to spend money. Saraf biyusruf. Okay? Saraf biyusruf, to exchange. Saraf biyusruf. Yalla, I'm gonna scroll up, repeat all of them, and yalla, write the ones that you can remember the meanings with me. Okay? I'm gonna say it and you say it to me in English what it means. Okay? And before I repeat, let me remind you guys, whoever came in late, the next Lebanese Arabic 30-day challenge courses will begin April 25 until May 24. I missed these courses because I took a break for a while. So we study together every single day on Zoom for 1 hour and a half, and there are different levels, all the way from absolute beginners Lebanese Arabic courses to advanced Lebanese Arabic courses. And when I say Lebanese, again, it means Levantine. It's the same dialect. What else did I want to say? To those of you who need flexibility, you can do the pre-recorded self-study courses. The same program, exactly the same, and actually you get lifetime access to them. That's the advantage. And you can study in your own time. Yalla, I'm gonna repeat. You guys write down the meanings. شو يعني فرط بيفرط literally? What's the meaning of فرط بيفرط? It means to, we said it a lot, crumble down. The next one. كنت عم بعمل جاتو. I can hear say بس فرط, but it crumbled, which means it didn't end up being, like that puffy cake. It was like down, okay? So كنت عم بعمل جاتو وفرط. And then here, فارت is the participle. In the feminine, if it's a feminine object, you will say فارطة. فارطة. Let me explain something actually that just crossed my head. Farta is the state right now. So if I say I am crying now, I can say, because in the feminine form, I'm a girl, I have to say farta bike. It means I am crying right now a lot. Farta bike. Farta ضحك. It means my state right now is that I am crumbled into laughing, which means I'm laughing a lot right now. So أنا فارطة ضحك or أنا فارط ضحك. It's now. But this was the past. فرط بيفرط. Okay? So ليش هيك طلع الجاتو فارط or ليش هيك طلع فارط الجاتو? Why did the cake turn out to be crumbled down like that? فرطت ضحك. I broke out laughing, I think you said. فرطت بكي. I broke down crying. فرط المشروع. The plan didn't go through or we didn't end up doing it like because no one came. Okay. فرطت معدتي. I had diarrhea. If you want to say, okay, and then wait, I'm gonna ask you a question about this. You will give me the answer. فراتة is change. For example, I can say معك فراتة or معك فراتة or معك صرافة or معك صرافة. Now, if I want to say, okay, here I said I had diarrhea. Okay, something happened, like you know. What can you say if right now you have diarrhea? Which one can you use? Yalla, the last one. You give me the answers. If right now I have diarrhea, what can you say? We are not going to use the verb. I'm going to give you a hint. We will use the participle. So, what can you say? I'm going to wait for you. Let me see if anyone has any questions meanwhile. Yes, burst out laughing. That's exactly the one. Yes, I burst out laughing. فرطت ضحك. Okay, but if now I'm bursting out laughing, I said it's farta ضحك. But if now I have diarrhea, what are you gonna say? I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes because sometimes YouTube is late. Yes, farta, not frata. Celia, be careful. Frata is the actual change in money. Okay, farta. Okay, farta, that's I am now. Okay, farta ضحك. But only when it comes to the money, the change it's frata. Okay, yes, farta معك. That's the one. Perfect. Okay. طيب guys, يلا, I'm gonna leave you. And whoever is fasting today, I want to say Ramadan Kareem to those of you who are gonna have iftar now. And yalla, I'm gonna see you very, very soon. And I hope to see you someday in one of my 30-day Lebanese Arabic challenge classes on Zoom. Bye.